Jack. There you go. Face yourself. Face yourself.
Whistle. Riders ready. We're underway and rolling.
Go, Jack!
But what would you say the best change you've seen from this past cross season? So my first cross season, but now this is the second cross season. So what would you say the best changes, both like mentally and physically?
Hi, I'm Andy Schmidt. I am 17 years old and I coach Dylan and Jack Zakrajcek. I'm a three-time national champion and I raced for the national team over in Europe, and then I placed 5th overall in the Junior Tour of Ireland.
Clear, and that's going to be on the West Coast.
The biggest thing, like both mentally and physically, just like in general, would be your bike handling. Like you obviously didn't know really how to ride a bike.
That's true.
Last year, or messing around on fat bikes and like riding in the snow and stuff. Like you got a lot better.
You know, just from going from basically one major sport to another for you. You went from one end of the spectrum to another. You went from all out 100% efforts, short efforts to an endurance sport, which all your life you'd spent short, hard efforts. So it kind of went against what your body was used to and what you just mentally were used to. You needed to kind of up the game, so to speak.
Like you're still working on it, but I feel like you, towards the end of the cross season, like you started to have like a better attitude going into races. Like, especially after like seeing like kind of what you could do, like when you're like being really successful in the Cat 4s. I feel like that was a big thing for you, because like it kind of gave you the confidence. I remember like at the beginning of the cross season, like you're like, oh Dylan, like I'm gonna beat you or whatever, like every race, just because you're like killing it in the 4s or whatever. So.
No, definitely. I would agree. Like Cat 4s for Eagle Class, that was a big moment. To quickly make it to say like my biggest weaknesses since I started this sport? So from the beginning, from the first cross season to this upcoming road season, like what is the biggest weakness that you've seen personally in me?
I feel like for you it's mostly just mental. Like I'd say the biggest thing that like I worry about like for you going into races is just like how you're thinking about it, because you always are like, oh well, like I'm not good at climbing, or I'm not good at this or that, and like I feel like you psych yourself out a lot, because like I don't think you know it, but like I feel like deep down like I've always thought that you could do like more than you can, so that's why I always push you and both you and Dylan to like go harder during rides, and like you're like, oh like this is so hard or whatever, but then I'm like, nah, like you guys can do it, like it's not as bad as you think or whatever. So I feel like just mostly like before races and stuff, like you always talk about it, like you're already thinking about everything that could go wrong, but I feel like you've definitely improved like from the time you started, but I think it's definitely your biggest weakness.
So I think the hardest part was, you know, that transition and just, you know, mentally.
Yeah,
you know,
I know. That's
learning that, you know, I can go longer than 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I just rode 100 miles, you know,
Yeah.
you couldn't have conceived that the first couple of months.
Yeah.
I think the biggest weakness, if I had to pin you down on, would be between your ears.
Yeah, I know. That's what Andy said too, and that's what Dylan was saying too. So what would be the biggest strength?
Nah, you don't have any strength now. I would say your biggest strength is that like you have like a really clear vision of like where you want to go, and like a lot of people, they don't really have goals, they just kind of do it and like hope for the best, but I feel like you kind of really know what you enjoy. You're like, oh, like I really like road season, like I'm really amped for it, and like I'm looking forward to it. And I feel like that really helps, because like when you have a vision, like you're able to follow through with it instead of just kind of going with the flow. So
I've seen you turn that around. You've taken kind of the you know, can I do this, to flipping it, you know, I'm going to do this, and this is what I'm going to do, and you've turned it into a strength. So
Good job, Jack. He's strong.
Come on, Jack.
Russell, 448 on the front this time. Robert Keats from Fort Knob, Minnesota.
Good job, Dylan. Go, Jack.
Good job, guys. Good job.
So let's start with the road nationals.
yeah, that was your first national.
so-
you catted up, you know, on the heading down to nationals basically.
Yeah.
So you had, you know, going to a course you've never been to, you've never done that long of a road race, and you're racing with the best juniors in the country.
Yeah.
You went from, you know, I got all my eggs in one basket with this criterion.
Yep.
And you know, you set a very realistic goal, and you did it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't without adversity, and that's I think the biggest thing to, you know, completely out of your hands, 6-man pile up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Off a descent, left-hand turn under a bridge in the dark.
Yeah.
Somebody goes over
crazy.
and you're out of your control, and to have the mindset to get back in it from there and hold on, get back on the grip and hold on and finish on that last lap was,
Yeah.
I mean, that had been a huge confidence boost for you. 'Cause
Oh yeah, it was for sure. Yeah.
that was no easy race.
Yeah.
Got all that stuff out of the way now, and now you can focus on just racing your race.
Yeah.
Most of the stress, I think, for you is the unknown. I mean, you've never done a national championship before.
Yeah.
You've never raced with 100 guys that are gonna go insanely fast.
Yeah.
Make some noise! Your national champion!
One of my proudest moments for you was doing your first cross UCI race.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, mentally that's a huge jump. And, you know, you're just signed up for the big dogs and, you know, duking it out on a world-class course.
Yeah. No,
So there's a whole lot of, you know, things to encounter there and just, you know, sticking to your guns.
Go, Jack, go! Good job, Jack. Awesome. Good job, Jack. Yeah, Jack. Jack. Looking good.
So, like, what would you say, like, your favorite race or, you know, ride that you've seen me compete in or in ride in? It's like, what was your favorite moment?
I'd say like watching like the live stream on nationals, like seeing your start, that was pretty sick. Like you're in the top 10, you're just moving up and stuff, and I was like, damn, like he's really ahead of the game right now. Like I didn't expect like you to do that at the start of nationals, because nationals, like even for someone who's really good, like the start can be like hectic and really tough to get up there, and you definitely showed that you could be up there and be in the fight until you had the mechanical. But like I definitely think if you didn't have the mechanical, like you would have done really well. So.
And unfortunately a mechanical got the best of you know, probably arguably your best, certainly your best UCI race of the season up to that point. But I mean, you're focused, you had a great start. I mean, you're sitting in the top 10.
I know.
You know.
Number 12, Jack, number 12.
Got it, Jack! Yeah!
Road season, I think you guys, or you personally, you know, you get the opportunity to race your brother.
I know.
Which would be great, because I think you can put him in the box and have some fun with that. But you know what you're capable of, and you know you can, you know, put that towards next season. But for me, as a coach and you know, being part of the trip, the exciting thing for me is, you know, racing the bike is obviously why we're there, but the whole rest of the trip, you know, experiencing places and you know, when you look back 20 years from now on, you won't care about the result, but you'll think about all the other things we did.
5 years from now, where would you see me? Or it could be 5, it could be 10, or like when I'm peaking. Where would you think I would be most suited for?
I would say, like, just like with the passion you have now, just like seeing you like grow, I would say like you could definitely carry it into college, and that could be like a big part of like your college life. And like obviously there's a few schools that offer like big cycling programs, so
you know, I definitely see you in a college setting trying to pursue a program that has, you know, whether it's a club or a collegiate, you know, racing program, I think you'd really enjoy that and enjoy the travel, enjoy the racing, and because you've been kind of later to the game than most,
Yeah.
you know, you'll continue to learn and do well and
Yeah.
click and have fun, you know.
Yeah.
That's